What's up, friends and family of YouTube? It's Pastor Bob. How's everybody been doing? Pretty good? Hanging in there? Yeah, I know. The world's in shambles. Everything feels like the world's coming down on us, but you know what? I had to get my fix. You know? It's like pumping dope in your veins, buying guitars, I'm telling you. It's terrible, ain't it? So anyway, I've been building guitars, and a friend of mine said, "Oh man, you gotta go check this out, Bob. You're not gonna believe it." I said, "You know what? In today's world, I believe just about anything." So, I own, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 different brands that have been putting out guitars lately from overseas. And some of them are from Vietnam, and the other ones are from China. And, you know, the way that I feel as a luthier is there are a lot of great luthiers all around the world. China, Japan, Indonesia. I mean, there's just so many. You know, if you do your homework, you can buy a great guitar at a great price just about anywhere. The difference is the craftsmanship and the quality of the wood that they use. Does that make a difference? I guess that's debatable. But from my perspective, yes, it does make a difference. And probably other luthiers will tell you the same thing. More so, I believe in the quality and the craftsmanship, right? But I believe it's most important in acoustics, you know. But that's debatable too. Anyway, anywho, so he tells me, he says, "You have to go check this guitar out." And I'm like, alright, I'll go check it out. Yeah, that's what I get for going and checking it out, right? So, I have bought, I don't know, I think I have 3 other Fireflies, and then here's a Firefly guitar. And when I checked it out, I thought it was really unique, quite frankly. And I said, how can they afford to build that? I said, well, I gotta make sure it's not a picture, right? Somebody, you know, took a picture of something and then placed it over the top of the guitar, because I've seen that before. So, here we go. We'll do a quick unboxing. I didn't think you want... I haven't looked at it. I haven't seen it yet, so... You're seeing it the first time I'm seeing it. I just cut the bottom of the box because I'm holding the camera with one hand and unwrapping with the other. So, oh wow. Look at that. Well, don't that look nice, huh? What isn't nice is trying to get that styrofoam off there. Alright. Holy cow. Get the styrofoam in here. Well, there's a good cord to give kids when they break yours. You know it's going to happen, right? Alright, let's go. Alright, got it out of the box. Wow, look at that, huh? Oh my. That's really nice. Holy cow. They did a nice job on this thing. They got perloid in there, I see. They did a nice job with the perloid inlay. Wow. Wow. That's quite impressive. That, just that alone, just doing that part right there, having a luthier do that, just doing that part, guys, is a couple $100 to just do the inlay like that. Now, if that was real inlay, this is perloid, which it still looks pretty. I mean, ain't gonna make it play any different. Even with a veneer, just a veneer is a couple $100 to have me do that. I'm not lying. And that's what I paid for the guitar. So, wow. And the top looks great. That's a great piece of veneer. I believe it's veneer. I would assume it is. Now, I do see right here, which is no big deal. I mean, I don't care. What this is somebody had some, if you see this white mark right here, see it? What that is either somebody had their finger on that when it was still drying and curing, and that's the oils from their finger, or they didn't get the buffing compound all the way out. Very possible that it could be either or. Could be buffing compound, because you see those lines? See those lines running right there? That's probably what it is. But I don't care. What you gotta do is buff it out if that's the case. And if it's finger from the oils, who cares? I mean, it's up there. It ain't gonna give me a problem. It ain't my eyesore. Looks like this pickup here needs to be raised up a little bit. I don't know about the back one. Looks like I might need to cut them grooves. Maybe take a sandpaper and go in there on them saddles. They look very uncheeky. But the tailpiece looks super nice. That's a nice contour to that tailpiece. Yeah, nice little caps. So if we were buying these things, I guess, you know, set of cheap pickups, probably $20. Saddle set with tailpiece, probably another $20. Set of caps, probably another, you know, anywhere from $5 to $7, depending on the quality. To do this top in veneer, $200. Three-way toggle switch without the tip, which is probably in that bag, I would assume. I got nice little strap buttons on it. Nothing wrong with those. Let's slide her on down here like this. Oh, they did. That's pretty nice how they did that. They matched the perloid with the same color as the body. That's pretty cool. Does it line up? I'll be damned. Right on the mark. Look at that. They lined it up perfectly. That's sometimes hard to do too when you're doing inlay. I mean, I don't know how many times I've screwed that up. I mean, a machine had to do all this. I can tell you that. Because that is symmetrical. And that's hard to do too, by the way. Got a plastic nut on it though. Let's see. Wow. It's got a little pull. I mean, it's playable. Press don't look bad, but there's a little pull when you push in. Right there. But for the most part, I mean, I can round those off in probably half hour, round them off. Half hour to an hour. The top don't look bad though. They're nice and shiny. They don't look gritty. Yeah, look pretty good. Trapezoid inlays look good. That's real rosewood. That is not laurel. They say it don't look like it. There's a... I mean, I don't see any problems. There's a lot of relief in that neck though. I can see that. Probably needs about a half turn or so maybe. Let's flip it around. Wow. Is that one piece? Is that one piece? Is that a one-piece body? Oh my God. Is that a one-piece body? One-piece back? Well, I'll tell you what. I'll be damned, it is. There is no seam in this body. None. Are you kidding me? No, there's no way. Guys, I'm telling you, that's a one-piece body. Well, I'll be damned. I don't know how they could afford to do that. There's some chafing right along that side right there, though. But they didn't buff it out all the way. And there's a dent right there where it dents in. That's caused from the guy on the buffing machine not buffing it all the way. I can see that because there's a lot of haze in it. You know? Not that that matters to me any. Little ding right here. Looks like these are, you know, I wonder if the same company that makes Grover tuners makes these. Because, you know, there's some companies that just make a bunch of tuners. I didn't know if you guys knew that or not. Huh? Looks like 2023. Nope, third month, 2022, 9/22/03. Batch number 1. And this is his 224th guitar. Wow, that's pretty impressive though. I can see in the neck down here. If you see that shadow right there? That's where, when they were shaping this neck, I can see it right here. I can feel it. When they were shaping the neck, they must have had a new guy shaping the neck, or he was having a bad day. I've had those bad days as a luthier. Wow, you know, I'm quite impressed that there's no seam. Guys, I'm telling you, there is no seam on this thing. That really, that intrigues me. There is no seam. Oh yeah, there is. I can see it now. Right here. They did a really good job though. It's a two-piece body, but here's the seam right here. Right here. But boy, did they do a good job matching that on the back. I can see it on the end, but you can't tell right here. It's either that, yeah. They did a great job matching that. But I could tell on the end cap right here. But the back, they did a great job. If they would have put more color around this outside and made it darker, you'd have never been able to tell. They did that good of a job. There's a few little scratch marks right there if you see them. Them scratch marks. You can see them go like that. Yeah. But not too far off, I guess. I can tell you one thing. Them strings are probably poo-poo caca and have to come off. That's alright. I'd set it up with a set of 7s anyway. 7s or 8s. I'm getting old, guys. My hands hurt when I bend. Otherwise, yeah. For $200, dude, I'm telling you right now, to have this top done like that, even in a veneer, will cost you a couple $100. That's not, you know, that's not easy to do. I mean, that's 3 ply running through there. That's abalone-eyed. But they did a great job, and it lines up. I mean, you know, I mean, and that's a nice veneer too. That's a top quality veneer. Impressive. Outright impressive. For $200. To be honest with you, the frets need to be done. Probably needs to be buffed out a little bit. Put a new set of pickups in it because, quite frankly, they probably didn't pot those right. Now, I can repot those, which isn't a big deal. But the thing about a potting process is, you know, you got to know the quality of what they're using for parts. Assembling those pickups. Because if you get your potting wax too hot and they don't mesh well, it will melt them. Because these cans, they solder those cans on top of the other set of pickups that's underneath the actual pickups. So not knowing what the plastic is made of, you know, that could be a daunting task. You might just ruin them. I don't know. I've ran into that in the past trying to repot some pickups. So, but hey, you can pick up a nice set of pickups these days. Wound out of South Korea. Oh yeah, you can get a nice set. I mean, be just like a JB, you know, in a 59 set. That's what you like. I mean, for me, I think I might work this out and do the frets. They look like stainless steel. They don't look like nickel silver. Nickel silver has a different color to them. I wonder. Yeah, look, somebody was doing something. There's a little piece of thread right there. That's funny. But yeah, guys, I mean, for $200, you got to be a fool, right? Look, I could take this guitar. As a matter of fact, I'll show you. These tuners right here are ratio tuners. Now, you can buy ratio tuners from anywhere from $80 to $140, depending on where you're going, right? These are probably the best machine heads that you can buy. And I'm not lying to you. And they can make a world of difference in your playability of your guitar. Now, I'm not sponsored by Firefly. I'm not sponsored by Ratio. But I'm telling you from experience, they are really, really, really nice. And I'll say really again because I know somebody's thinking in their head, how many times are you going to see really, right? But they are. You should try them out. They're not cheap. It costs almost as much as the guitar. That, and either put a graphite or I can make a new bone nut for it. Because that is definitely plastic. Not that plastic's bad, guys, but, you know, if it's not cut right and you don't put little graphite in there, you know, or use the end of a pencil or even a spot of oil in there, they have a tendency of binding up. Now, that probably won't happen for me, and I could probably just use it as it is, because I'm going to go with a set of 7s on it. And, you know, machine heads feel alright. I mean, they don't feel bad. And they weren't bad on my other Firefly. But if you wanted to take this to a giggable guitar, right? I think, you know, you could spend a couple $100 on a, you know, you could spend more than that. I mean, you could spend $400 if you want for a set of lever pickups in it, and they would be awesome. I'm sure that the potentiometers are probably alpha pots, 500K, which are not bad pots. I don't know what kind of caps they're using. I don't know if they're using Mallory caps or what they're using. I have some really nice Soviet era oil caps, the greenbacks. I don't know if you guys ever seen them. Sometimes I'll bring them to the channel so you can see what I'm talking about. I got them like 25 years ago, I guess. But they sound really good. But you could probably put, you know, high-end pickups in it. I don't see any problem with the bridge in the saddle. I think that that's very usable. You could fine-tune it. And that's something that luthiers do. They fine-tune all of that stuff. And the reason why a lot of them use high-quality parts is because they don't want to play around with it. But if you don't mind playing around with it, all right, hey, you can make it work. So probably another, I mean, I'm saying for myself, right? I could do the fret ends, make them really fluffy, ball end them. Yeah, that's kind of rounded though there. It's like they put a little bit of a roundness to it. Huh. So yeah, just ball end these out. Take them little tangs off the ends. It looks a little dry too. I could use a little oil. Probably quarter turn, half turn of the truss rod. Put a nice set of machine heads on here. If you're going to go the whole way, if you was going to gig this is what I would do. You know, so high quality nut, high quality machine heads, high quality set of pickups. Address that roughness there, and I think you'd have a super playable, giggable guitar. Absolutely. I'm sure they took the time to dry the wood. Most of them, you know, kindle dry the wood these days anyways. I tend to, well, back when I used to build a lot of guitars, air dry your wood. I still air dry wood. I still got wood air drying. I still have a lot of wood. I just, you know, people have been buying all of these, which I don't see a problem with it. Is it worth $200? All day long. It's probably worth triple that, to be honest with you guys. And that's, you know, that's coming from a guy who's a luthier. Just as a husk, with no parts, to have somebody do that, yeah, easy. In this condition. Now, if you was to go and address all of the little issues, and get all the little flaws out, and buff it all out perfectly, and, you know, do all of the fret ends, probably $1,000. You know, and I'm being honest. Look, you know, people can say, oh, a machine's doing it. Look, a machine did not put this guitar together. There were probably some parts of the guitar that the machine was doing. But today you can buy, you know, right around the same quality, because, I mean, I have Epiphones. I mean, I have 59 limited edition reissue, which is one of the first ones they made. And that's, you know, $1,000 there. And I'd put that along, you know, the same line if you adjust everything and put a better set of pickups in it, you know. Yeah. I don't know how they do it. Well, I do know how they do it. I mean, working cost is cheaper in mainland China, but they come a long ways. A long ways from when I was a kid buying one. So yeah, I'd give you my approval to, not that you need it, to go ahead and buy one of these. Seriously. Put a nice set of pickups in it. You know, a nice set of, hey, you can buy a set of hot rod Duncans for hot rod Seymour Duncans, real Duncans, for a couple $100, and it'd be work perfect in it. You know? So you could probably put some time into this, you know, taking care of those fret tangs. You know, so probably an easy $500 worth of parts and probably an hour and a half, 2 hours worth of work. And I wouldn't be embarrassed to play it out. Guys, seriously. I don't... You know, there's a lot of people out there today that would say, oh, it's not a Gibson and they copy. Well, look, everybody's been copying everybody, right? How do you think Seymour Duncan got all of his information? Right? You think that he just had that information and started building pickups back in the 70s? No. I can almost guarantee you that he was calling Fender all the time. Trying to find out information. How many wines? What type of wire? Where you get your wire? Where do you source it out? Everybody should be helping everybody. I mean, I know everybody's a little up in arms about China and this and that because everybody watches too much TV, I believe. But look, I think the world at far is, you know, very interconnected today. And I think you can find really good product everywhere in the world. You just gotta, you know, it's about researching. It's about putting the time and effort into looking for what works best. But as far as the Firefly is concerned, now I own another Firefly LP. And I changed the nut. And I put a set of Seymour Duncans in it. It's downstairs on the wall. And it is nice. Look. Easy all day long, you know. $500 to $800 guitar. I mean, I'm just saying that loosely. If I had to build this and do all of the quality work myself, it would probably take me about 4 months to 6 months to do it. Because, you know, I don't build guitars just to shove them out the door. That's not how I do things. And there's a lot of luthiers like that. You know, you're talking $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. I mean, once it's up and running, you know, and everything was done. Except it probably wouldn't have a veneer on it. It would have a, you know, a solid curly maple 5A top on it. Now, you could say one thing or another on whether it affects the quality of the tone or whatever. But look, if you got great amps, it doesn't really make a difference. You know, with the way you have pedals today and amps today, and you can modulate your sounds and octaves all day long. Anyways, that's my opening the box or unboxing. Like, share, subscribe. Take care. God bless. This is Pastor Bob. Thumbs up to you guys at Firefly. Man, send me one to review. I'll review it. All right, guys. Love you all. Take care. Pastor Bob, I'm out of here. See ya.